Untitled Project Modern Warfare has entered a silent revolution. Where once battles were led by commanders with field maps and radio signals, today they are shaped by lines of code, invisible databases, and predictive models. The name Lavender might sound harmless, but for over 37,000 people in Gaza it meant death. This Israeli-developed AI doesn't pull triggers, it doesn't launch drones, it simply calculates probability and recommends targets for assassination. Not based on proof, but on patterns. Lavender processes mobile metadata, social media links, call logs, and GPS history. If your phone was near another flagged device, if you followed the wrong account, if your browsing matched a certain behavior profile, you might be marked. What's more disturbing? In many cases, Israeli military officials didn't even review these recommendations. They approved them in bulk, up to 100 targets per day, with no manual checks. A secondary system called Gospel rates the potential civilian damage from each strike. If the risk is acceptable, the missile is launched. But who defines acceptable? An algorithm. Israel is not alone in this shift. In the US, the Department of Defense created Project Maven. It trains AI to scan drone footage, identify threats, and recommend strikes. It started as a small project. Now it's part of nearly every drone mission in the Middle East. China's Dragon Eye combines facial recognition, movement tracking, and predictive analytics. It anticipates enemy action before it occurs, and in some cases, pre-authorizes preemptive action. This isn't just about military innovation. It's about the erosion of human judgment. AI doesn't hesitate. AI doesn't ask moral questions. AI doesn't consider context. It acts based on data, and data, unlike truth, can be manipulated. So what happens when a child is holding a phone once owned by a militant? Or when a building full of civilians pings near a flagged device? These systems aren't malicious. They're mathematical. But the battlefield isn't binary, and war cannot be debugged. Military officials say this makes warfare more efficient. But efficiency isn't morality. It's not justice. It's speed. And speed kills. What we're witnessing is the outsourcing of war ethics to machines. Not because they're better, but because they're faster, cheaper, and never question orders. This raises deeper concerns. What happens when AI begins to simulate wars before they happen? When AI-driven predictions provoke preemptive strikes, not from emotion but from cold calculations? When generals become observers and programmers become the new warlords? This is no longer science fiction. It's happening now. Invisible wars fought in data centers, explosions triggered by server logic, decisions made without empathy, mercy, or responsibility. And the cost? Measured in shattered families, in silent errors, in names that never make it into reports. We often think of war as human madness. But what happens when it becomes machine logic? At TechLumi, we uncover truths most overlook. Follow us and see the future before it happens.